This video is to show my latest addition to my little fleet of ships. What we're seeing here is my Clyde Puffer, which I've already done a video on. Ailsa, this is in Sabaya, and you can see the invisible track there across the sea. But I've also added a new item, a Thames barge. This is actually called a Thames swim barge. So let's have a look at it. There it is, and it's actually set as a carriage, or rather as a goods vehicle. So there we are, we can connect it up to our ostensible locomotive. So this is the sort of thing that would have been pulled up and down the Thames. Indeed, you can still see them being used. They had a very, very long life indeed, or they have a very long life. So let's just go into a quick drive. Just have a look at it actually being pulled. Now, I'm sure a lot of you will be thinking, well, you should set this up as a goods vehicle so it can load loads and that sort of thing, and I could start making it. So we're going to give the Ailsa a bit of welly, and there it is, just pulling the barge along. And I suppose I could have done that, but frankly, it all got a bit too messy and a bit complicated. I may well add a load attachment point at some place so that we could actually have these being pulled up at a dock and then they unload. But at the moment, I'm just happy enough to be able to replicate the look of let's go to free roaming, you get a better impression, just to get a look at the little barge as it's being pulled along. And I think I've more or less got it right, a single cable pull rather than a sort of like a two cable or line, or a V-shape line or whatever. And of course normally Ailsa wouldn't be pulling such a thing. It will be pulled along by steam tug, who might have several of these, might be 2, 3, 4 of these. And so a steam tug is obviously going to be pretty high up on my agenda of ships to build. But that's going to be, it's not in the current updates, the recent early December update of my website, but it will be appearing in the next update, just as a towable vehicle, without, as I say, without any load attachments. And I'll also release it as a static model so that you can fill up different areas of docks and that sort of thing with these. It's set for the waterline, correct waterline loading. There's very little freeboard. That's the distance between the sea and the... In fact, I'm looking at this now and I can see that it's too low because the sea is actually showing through there. So I shall correct that before I release it. I shall raise it very slightly. But although I did actually set it according to the plimsoll line on the plan I was using, but I will raise that because obviously it looks silly. It's actually a wash. It's too low down, so I'll raise that. But nevertheless, it's on its way, and so that'll be something extra to add to your dockside layout.